your after Christmas tech deals. Welcome back to the channel. So what do we have for you today? We have about 35 different, that's a lot of tech deals, right? 35 different after Christmas tech deals. Anyways, I hope everyone had a great Christmas. You can see that I'm kind of sad that it's over right now, but there's still some good deals out there, especially in tech. So we're just going to rifle through them. There's about 35 I have up here. Hopefully I got some different ones in here that you may not be thinking about. So just sit back and relax. Let's go through the top, at least what I found, 35 tech deals, mostly on Amazon, a couple in other places. Let's get into it. All right, so for this very first tech product, you probably didn't even know this company made these. I think this is one of the best deals so far. Now, you've heard about DJI. They make all the drones, especially all the drone news right now in the news. But take a look over at my screen. They actually make power banks as well. This is the DJI Power 1000 portable power station. The reason I love this thing is, first of all, it's usually $900. It's down to $379, 58% off. That's crazy to begin with, right? $379. So you get, it's a 1,024 watt hour battery, external battery, but it peaks up to 2,200 watts, which is just totally crazy. Actually here it says up to 2,600 watts. And you can see for this cost, I actually have one over there, and not this exact model, but it's life-changing. You can like lights in your house. You can do anything you want. If the power goes out, you can still watch TV. This is enough to actually power like a fridge and stuff. But take a look here. We'll just look at this really quickly. If you look at the front of it here, you can see the different ports in here, and just take a quick peek at that. But you can see in here, let me actually go to the next one. This is a little bit easier if I can zoom in. But right here, it's got basically 2 AC output ports, and this is up to 2,600 watts max. That's crazy. Then we got 24 watt max here. This is a USB-A port. We got 2 of those, 2 USB-C ports up to 140 watts max as well. And then over here, we got a whole bunch of other AC input ports, SSDC port and an SDC light port over here. You can see what the what the wattage is. But overall, it's just an incredible product, and it's like, obviously it used to be $900, now it's in the $300s. So definitely pick this up. I don't know how long it's going to be on sale, so you might have to hurry. Oh yeah, and I'll have links to all this in the video description. All right, for product number 2, you've probably heard about me talk about my Western Digital SN770. It's the drive I test all my enclosures, my external SSD enclosures in. There's actually a better or faster model that came out, and a lot of people don't know about it, and it's on sale. Right here, the Western Digital Black. This is a 2 terabyte SN7100 NVMe drive right here. 2 terabytes. Where is it actually? 2 terabytes, and then it goes up to 7,250 on the megabytes per second. The other one only went up to 5,000, the SN770, like 5,500. So if you're going to be using that Thunderbolt 5 ports, it's down to $129 right now from $159. Really good cost for 2 terabytes at that speed. I highly recommend these drives. Pick them up. All right, if you need a lot of storage and you want an M.2 drive as well, you got to trust Western Digital. I've had very little problems with them, especially at M.2 drives. So here's another one over here. This is going to be the Western Digital. This is a 4 terabyte drive. This is the Western Digital Blue SN5000. It's not going to be as fast, but you don't need as fast, especially with Thunderbolt 4, 5,500 megabytes per second. And look at this, $199 right now, 33% off, usually $299, and that's 4 terabytes. Take a look. So 4 terabytes, $199 for NVMe. Good name. Pick this one up. All right, the next one's kind of a new player in SSDs, but they have really good reviews on their drives, and I've used them now for a couple months, and they've worked perfect for me. Here's one sitting over here. So I like to use 2.5-inch drives sometimes, and that's what this is right here. The reason I like that so much is if you look at my screen over here, well, first of all, here it is right here. This is the one I have right in my hand. Oracle, this is a 4 terabyte SATA drive. It's 2.5-inch, but it's an SSD, obviously. It's not a spinning drive. And it's called the Y20. It's $167.99 right now. So that's like 42 bucks a terabyte. And so for 4 terabytes, you're going to get up to about 500 megabytes per second on this as well. But 167 is one of the lowest prices. And Oracle is starting to come around. They're definitely making really good drives now. This rating's 4.5, and some of their M.2s are even higher than that. So definitely think about them if you're thinking about these type of drives. The reason I love these drives is they stay cool. And if I'm not doing super fast stuff, I'm just trying to archive stuff off temporarily, I'll use these, and then I'll eventually move them to a spinning drive, like an HDD, eventually for really long-term storage. But this is kind of my intermediate drive, because they're fast enough for most things that I do as far as moving data. All right, let's keep moving because there's a couple things I wanted to talk about. So sitting right here, so what I actually use with that one is I actually love this enclosure sitting right here. I don't know if you can see that one. Take a look at my screen over here. It's $18.50. Now this isn't even on sale, but I just wanted to put it in here because this is the one I use. So the reason I love this thing is it's $18.50. It holds the 2.5-inch SSD drive just fine, the one I just showed you at 4 terabytes. But this thing is so cheap, and it opens up. It's actually fully waterproof. It's got like this shell around it. You can see that the drive is in there right now. It's got a waterproof shell around it, and you could easily just slip these drives in, slip them out within 2 seconds. There's no screws, it just snaps in here, fully waterproof. It's kind of really rugged. You can throw it in your bag and stuff. But I have a lot of these at 2.5 inch. I buy them cheap. And I move my data, like I have certain ones for different things, and like I said, I do long-term backup to an external SSD or an HDD, but I use these as an intermediate backup. So I have a whole bunch of these drives, and I don't want to sit there and unscrew things. This is one of the best cases out there for it right here. It's $18.50 right now, and can't go wrong. Oh yeah, but the only problem with that drive I just showed, the enclosure I just showed you, the enclosure, is it is USB-A at the end of it. So all I do in that case is take a look here. I buy these. I mean, I have a bunch of these in my house. These are just a 2-pack for $9 or $10, so $5 a piece right here. And what this does is it basically you can plug in the USB-A right there, goes into USB-C right there. So if you have Macs and stuff, I use these on my Macs. So a lot of my Macs don't have USB-A. Just pick these up, $5 a piece. I mean, you can use them for everything, right? They're just a conversion, and it works perfectly fine. All right, for these next ones, I have a couple more SSD drives I want to show you, but these are more pre-built external SSDs for storage and backups and stuff. Some people love these SanDisk ones, and some people hate them, but they're on sale right now. Take a look. Here's the SanDisk 2 terabyte Extreme Portable SSD right now. So 2 terabytes, it's IP65 water and dust resistant. $134 right now. And some people love these. It's 33% off, usually around $199. It says limited time deal. Again, I'll have links to all this in the description if you want to check these out, but that's actually a pretty good deal. But the one thing I wanted to show people here is that there's another one over here called the SanDisk 2 terabyte Extreme Pro. This is like $30 or $40 more. Now, if you have a Windows PC or something, you're going to get a little bit extra speed here because this is Gen 2 times 2. But Macs don't really have this, so it's not worth picking this up. They try to, a lot of times Mac users will buy this Gen 2.2 thinking they're going to get up to 2,000 megabytes per second. They won't. They're only going to be able to get up to basically 1,050 megabytes per second right here. And this is the one for $134. So you don't actually need that Pro model. So I just wanted to show, I mean, the Pro's on sale right as well, but you don't need that if you're a Mac user. And I'm a Mac channel, so I just wanted to warn people, just get the normal version, not the Pro version. Now, if you're somebody that still needs external storage, but you'd like to build your own, and you don't need Thunderbolt 4 or Thunderbolt 5, you want up to 1,000 megabytes per second using an M.2 drive, I recommend this enclosure right here. It's a 10 gigabit per second enclosure. This is by Ugreen. Take a look at my screen. This is the Ugreen. It's called the M.2 NVMe SATA SSD enclosure because it can take both NVMe drives and SATA drives as far as the M.2 size. I know it's a lot of jargon, but you can check out the website. It's basically going to take almost any M.2 drive you throw in this thing. But again, you're not going to get Thunderbolt 4 speeds. But look at the price here. It's $23.99 right now from Ugreen. It's on sale 20% off, usually around $30. So you get a good sale right here. It's just really inexpensive, but it's full aluminum, and it's got this kind of rubber shell around it as well. So I love this thing because it's rugged, number one. I've used it for a number of years now. And also, if you look over here, it comes with 2 different plugs. It comes with USB-C to USB-A and USB-C to USB-C. So you get 2 different plugs in the box as well. So you can't go wrong for like $23, $24. And I've used it, and I can vouch that it has not let me down yet. I'm only one person. Do your own research. All these things have good ratings, though, but still do your own research. Okay, so this will be the last SSD enclosure or anything to do with SSDs, and then we're going to get into a whole bunch of other electronics, computers, TVs, everything else. But here we go. If you're looking for a Thunderbolt 4 enclosure, I have one sitting right here. This one is actually by Acasis, and it's one of their most basic ones, but it's Thunderbolt. It works with Thunderbolt 4 or Thunderbolt 3. Now, this is unique in a sense that it's really inexpensive, but it has a couple limitations, but I do recommend it because they make some of the best Thunderbolt 4 enclosures. So take a look at my screen here. This is the Acasis right here. They call it the 40 gigabit per second M.2 NVMe SSD enclosure. So it says only compatible with Thunderbolt 4 and Thunderbolt 3. And so if you look down here, what does that mean? Well, it's $54 right now, 12% off. So that's incredibly inexpensive for like a Thunderbolt 4 or 40 gigabit per second enclosure. So you're going to get, if you have Thunderbolt 4 like on all the new Macs, it's going to get you like 2,800 to 3,000 megabytes per second, depending on what drive you put in there. Think about that, up to around 3,000 megabytes per second with this, as long as you add the right drive. So looking over here, why is it only $54? This one, for some reason, I think it's called like the Air version. So it only works with that. It won't work on like the normal USB 3.2, like 10 gigabit per second ports. So if you have a Mac Mini, for example, this has to be plugged into the Thunderbolt ports in the back, and then it'll work fine. If you try to plug it into the front ports, this may have some issues. The other ones, a lot of the other ones work compatible. So if you know you're going to be using this on Thunderbolt 4 only, especially those ports, you might want to pick this up because you get a huge savings at only $54, 54, 55. So it's a really good cost if you're thinking about just only Thunderbolt 4. Just keep that in mind. Go to the page and read about it, but I highly recommend it. Okay, so we've talked about this one before, but it's still a really good deal right now going on. Here's the Apple 2024 M4 right here. This is going to be the MacBook Pro. So it's the M4 chip, not the M4 Pro chip, but the M4 chip. 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, and 14.2 inches. Like we said, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigabyte SSD. So more or less, right, the base model. But $13.99 right now, and usually $15.99. This came out, like I said, a month and a half ago. It's the brand newest version of everything. So you definitely want to pick this up. This is kind of the base model of the MacBook Pros, but it can do anything you really throw at it. I mean, the RAM obviously is only 16 gigs, but still, I mean, realistically for most people, this is going to be more than you ever want. Plus you get the incredible screen there at the 14.2 inch. Much better than the Airs. So overall, if this is something you're thinking about, this sale, I've seen it now for a while here, and I think it's going to be going away really soon because $200 off the bat right there is a good deal for sure. Now, a couple other things here. Now, let's just switch over to Micro Center, especially, I mean, I have a lot of international viewers probably, and unfortunately, you may not get them where you are, but this is in the United States only. If you have access to Micro Centers, you can also order a lot of stuff online. Sometimes you have to go in and pick them up. Here's a couple good deals here. We talked about this one before, and then I'm going to get into some new ones. But this is the Apple Mac Mini 2024 right here. And again, this is the M4 Pro chip now with the 12-core CPU, 24 gigs of RAM. So we got the Pro chip and then 512 gigabyte SSD. So really that kind of Pro base model. But look at this, $200 off the Mac Mini right now. And they have a bunch, I think some of them are available, 4 in stock here, but they're all over the United States. So you have to just check individual stores. But you're getting $200 off that brand new Mac Mini right now. And it's not like that at Amazon. It's not like that at Best Buy right now. So if you're thinking about this model, this is the place to pick it up. And I got a couple other from Micro Center, then we're going to go back to Amazon. Here's another one. Here's the MacBook Pro 16-inch, 16.2. So we got the bigger MacBook Pro. It's obviously the M4 Pro chip this time, 14-core chip, 24 gigs of RAM, also a 1 terabyte SSD, and again, the 16-inch. But look at this. This is $270 off right now. It's $24.29. So you can't go wrong with that. I mean, think about that. That's $270 off a computer that just came out, the newest model. So if you like the 16-inch, this is a no-brainer, right? You get the terabyte of space. It's a really good deal here. So let's just keep moving. That's the last one I saw in here. Again, I'm more of a Mac channel, but if you like PCs and stuff like that, or Windows, I'm not PCs, but Windows PCs, you get the idea. Here's a good, I think this is a great deal for Micro Center as well. Here's the Dell Inspiration 15. It's the 3530. It's about a 15.6 inch. So you get 16 gigs of RAM here, a 1 terabyte SSD as well. You can see all the specs in here. And the chip, let me just see here, it's an i7 1355U. So you can see it in there. So it's definitely an i7, more of a newer generation. $499 right now, usually $799, so you get $300 off. So definitely check out Micro Center. They have tons of good deals on all of their Apple stuff. So I mean, just look at it and just kind of browse through. You can't go wrong there. They got SSDs, they got everything else. But we're going to keep moving. So just like I'm using a microphone, I actually got this from someone that sent it to me, so I use it. But I mean, one day I'm going to actually upgrade to Shure. I mean, basically Shure. It's some of the best microphones out there. Well, they got a sale going on right here. Here it is, the Shure. It's the MV7X microphone right here. It's an XLR only, so you got to make sure you have that kind of connection. But $159 for a Shure. And that just for even that brand, it's pretty incredible. So it's usually $224. It's almost 30% off, 29% off. And I just think that's a great deal. Again, it's a limited time deal, so you may not, if you're checking this later, it may not be available. So we'll have to see if it is. Now, a couple of things. With all of your electronics, you have to plug it in, right? And these are two actually things I want to show you here. These are surge protectors kind of and plugs, but I use these personally and I love these. So here's the first one. This one's actually, I don't even know how to pronounce the name. It's NUETSA, Nusta. It's basically a surge protector. But the reason I love this thing, it's got 8 outlets. It's got 4 USB ports, 6-foot power cord. And the reason I love it is up to 2,700 of joules as far as power protection. So it's got 2,700 joules of power protection in case of a surge. But if you take a look at this, it's got a USB-C, 3 USB-A's, and then it's got all these 8 different plugs in here. And look at this. The cost right here is, what is it, $12.98, 19% off right now. So I use this for a lot of my electronics. I've actually had a lot of surges or like where the lights go out and stuff like that, and I've never had a problem with any of my computers. So I recommend this. I mean, again, do your own research. But if you look over here, it's a 4.7 right here out of 5, and there's 38,000 of them sold. So that should tell you something. All good reviews. I mean, really good system for the money. Why spend more? And then just really quickly, the next one that I use all the time, and again, this has got really good reviews too, is right here. 4.7 over around 5,181 sold. This is basically by 1BT surge protector. And the reason I love this thing, it's pretty self-explanatory. You plug it into the wall, basically it takes up both of the plugs, but then you get 2 USB-A, 2 USB-C, and then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just normal plugs. So if you have like a wall outlet, this thing's perfect. I mean, especially in your room or something, you can plug in all your phones into here. You can plug in 5 different, it goes from 2 plugs because it takes up both plugs, but then you get 5 extra ones. And look at the rating on this thing. It's super high, 4.7, very rare on Amazon, and it's $12.99 as well. So another no-brainer here. And this thing I just totally recommend, and you should pick it up. All right, let's keep moving here. So being a Mac channel or an iPad channel or whatever, Apple channel, I guess. I mean, I do a lot of tech, as you can see, that are not. But here's a good pickup here. This is the Logitech Combo Touch Air, iPad Air 11-inch. So this is going to be for the 11-inch iPad Air, the M2 version, so the newest version, 2024, if you have that. It also works with the iPad Air, these other generations as well, but the newest one. So this is only 15% off, but this is rarely on sale this much. It's $169 for the keyboard case here. So if you do have this and you need a really good Logitech keyboard, I mean, you can't go wrong. Instead of buying the Apple one, which is quite a bit more, this is actually a really good deal. And this is really, again, highly rated. We're only dealing with really highly rated products in this video. 4.5 out of 5, 4,600 bought here. And again, people that use Logitech love the keyboards and stuff, so you can't go wrong there. A couple of headphones here. So here's a good deal. I mean, these were out maybe before Christmas, but they're still holding strong on some sales here. Here's the Beats Studio Pro. So it's a pro version of the Beats, wireless Bluetooth noise canceling. These are 51% off right now, $169. That's a really good deal. They are usually $349. You can see here, $169. This is, again, the pro version. And they have a bunch of colors, like this brown color, beige, I guess, and then they have white. So you can get in here blue and stuff. There's a whole bunch of colors in here if you want them, and they're all the same cost. Sometimes they go up in cost. 4.5 again out of 5 and 14,000 sales. So, I mean, or at least reviews. And so that, that's going to be a good product if you want it. Now, if you want the best headphones, I think one of the best headphones that you can buy right now, hands down, you're going to pay a little bit more money. I think these are better than actually just like buying the Apple headphones, to tell you the truth. Here's the Sony WH-1000 XM4s. A lot of people know about these. They're really good. Here's the blue version, $198. They're 43% off right now. And I guess you can get them in black as well and white. So it looks like they're all the same cost in here. So whatever you like there, it's pretty good. But $198, that's really good low cost right now. Limited time deal, 43% off. So you can't go wrong with that either. All right, let's get into some gaming monitors or monitors in general, just monitors in general. The first one, though, is more of a gaming monitor, but it's great for people that actually play, games, but then also work on a Mac, because I'll tell you why. This is an OLED screen, and it's one of the cheapest OLED screens you can buy right now, and it's got the resolution that works really well with Mac. So take a look at my screen. Here we have, this is the MSI Mag 271QPX, crazy. QD OLED right here. So it's a 27-inch 2K gaming monitor. So the resolution is 2560 by 1440. So it's a 1440p monitor. That really works good because obviously with Macs, it's kind of in that sweet spot of working, as far as, we're not going to get into the whole 5K thing, but you guys get the idea here. But it's OLED, and it's 29% off right now, usually around $700. It's $499. And look at the reviews, 4.7. So people love it. I mean, if you scroll down, and we're going to go all the way down here, you guys can check out, go to the link, you can check everything out. But people just talk about this thing being like, let me see if I can get in here and compare it to some people were comparing it to their other monitors. They're just saying like, here's OLED and here's like a normal monitor. It's just really incredible like how they look different. Here's a normal monitor, here's OLED. OLED just pop, and everything's super bright, and people sometimes love those even more than 5Ks with Mac, especially with Macs. But overall, this is more of a PC or a Windows PC gaming monitor. It's 240 hertz as well. So 240 hertz, True Black HDR 400. So again, you got to do your own research on this. I mean, but for the cost, it's probably going to be the cheapest OLED monitor you can buy right now, especially on sale. All right, so now you're looking for another 1440p monitor, but you don't have a lot of money, but you want it to work on a Mac and a Windows PC. I recommend this one. Take a look. This is the AOC Q27 G4XN. It's 27 inches, 2K, again, 2560 by 1440. 180 hertz though, 1 millisecond. So you could use it for gaming. It's going to work really well at 180 and 1 millisecond. $139 right now. Usually, what is it, $179? So $40 off, but it's still 22% off right now. And again, 4.6 out of 5, 20,000 people bought this. So we're dealing with only really high-rated products. This is another one that works just really good. AOC's been around for a while. It's more of a budget name, but they have some good monitors, and don't spend money unless you have to. All right, Next couple of the ones, I have a couple portable monitors. I actually have this one. I've done a whole bunch of videos. Check out my channel. I did a video on this exact monitor. I'm not going to bring it out right now. This is the KYY portable monitor. I just did a video of talking about this, and it was more expensive. It was like 80 bucks. It just dropped to $69. So this is going to be usually $109. Now it's $69. 4.5 again out of 5. Phenomenal monitor for a portable monitor. Works with your Mac or your Windows PC, USB-C. Perfect. If you want to even go cheaper, the cheapest one I found right here is this one, the Vilva portable monitor. It's $59.99. So if you even want to go cheaper, 25% off right now, usually 80 bucks, 4.4. So it's still a good rated monitor. I think the other one's going to be slightly better, but if you have to go the absolute cheapest, here's one right here. And this one I have not personally tested. I'm just going off reviews. One of the few products I have not personally tested, but I still think it should be okay. All right, this next one's more of the cream of the crop, and I have personally tested this. I have a video on my channel. You can search for this model and look up my channel. I have a full video. Here it is right here. Here's the BenQ PD 3225U. This is a 35-inch. It's a 4K monitor only, but it's got the M-Book mode, which matches all your Mac colors, and it's a full professional monitor as far as color saturation. It gets pretty bright, I think up to like 400 nits, and it's just like everyone that has this monitor loves it. Like, you can't explain why. It does all the scaling really well, and it's not cheap. I mean, look at this. It's $999, and the reason I put this on here, it's usually about $1,100. It's rarely on sale, and this is like the lowest really I've seen it ever. I mean, it doesn't get much lower than this for some reason. Even the version before this is still expensive. So if you can't afford like the studio display at $1,600, this is probably the next best thing. And you get a huge screen here at 32 inches as well. I recommend this for any type of professional use. It's really, really good. So just want to throw that out there. All right, so now you need a standing desk. Let's say you want a standing desk on like the one I'm sitting in here. Some of the best names out there right now is going to be this one right here. And this is on sale. This is the Flexi Spot. This is the EN2 whole piece standing desk right here. Again, there's a whole bunch of different sizes, but this is 55 by 28, $229 right now. But this is the reason I want to bring this up is it's $349 down to $229. It's 34% off. So, I mean, that's a really good sale right now. And these desks are on sale sometimes. You also have a coupon down here to apply $20 more. I just saw that. So it's only $209. And I actually, one of these things in the basement, it works phenomenal. I'm actually going to be getting a couple over there in my room here, so I'll probably show those to you later, maybe do a video on them, but I like these a lot. So let's keep moving here. Okay, so let's just assume that you're maybe not an iPad person. Maybe you're, again, on the Windows side. Well, you need a tablet, right? Well, what's a good tablet to get? Here's one right here. Here's the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE. It's about an 11-inch tablet, 128 gigs, Wi-Fi, Android tablet, down to $280, 38% off, usually $449. So the reason I like this thing is the build quality. It's all full aluminum. And this one actually comes with the actual pencil. Let me see if I can find a picture of it right here. You can barely see it there. But it does come with that pen. Let's see if it's in here. I forget what they call it, but basically it allows you obviously to draw and stuff like that. But this one's actually really good. It's got a very powerful processor as well, and it's highly rated at 4.6 again out of the 5. So 2,200 people have bought this. Let's see if I can go down here. I'm trying to remember what that damn pen's called, but here we go, pen point precision. So the S Pen, I'm sorry. So it comes with that. It actually comes with it. So that's going to be a huge bonus there for this cost, and you're saving all that money. So if you're in that kind of environment, definitely pick this up. Now I actually don't own this, but I have used this from a friend. It works phenomenally. They love it. So that's a good option there. Again, you got to look at the ratings. Okay, next one here. All right, so this next one's for more of a Windows user again, so we're going to keep with this Android Windows users. But if you want a laptop, I thought this was a pretty good deal, but you guys tell me right here. This is the Dell Inspiration touchscreen laptop, 15.6 inch. The reason I like this is Windows 11, 32 gigs of RAM though, and a 1 terabyte SSD. So that's really a good combination there. $489, 25% off, so it's usually $649. So you get a good sale there. The only downside is it's not the newest i5, it's the i5 1155G7, still plenty fast to run just about anything out there. So it's maybe a generation behind, but still, at the end of the day, $489 and you're getting 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD. I mean, even if you buy those separately, you're spending $150, $160 or something. Then you got the whole Windows you got to buy and the whole laptop. So I think that's a pretty good deal when you look at it on paper. You save 25%. Okay, TVs now. Let's talk about a couple TVs. Now, there's millions of TVs, right? But the TVs I like to find, let's say you need something for your basement, a garage, your kid's room, something you don't want to spend a lot of money, but it's good enough. I recommend this one. I've actually tested this and it works really well. Couple caveats though, I'll get into them. This is the Amazon Fire TV, full 40 inches. So it's a good like mid-size for like maybe a bedroom or something. It's called the 2 series right here. And it's $149 though, 40% off. Usually $249. Usually not that expensive, but it's $149. 40-inch TV, includes the Fire TV, Alexa, so if you're in that environment as well. So you can't go wrong with that. And again, it's got a 4.4 out of 5 with almost 10,000 people buying this. So again, good reviews. And overall, I mean, even if you bought like an Alexa, hub or something, that's $30 or $40. The TV really costs like $100. Can you believe it? Never thought I'd live in an age like that. It's just a good TV not to have to worry about. Now, if you want to go up a little bit, and people are going to argue this is not a great TV, this is not a great name. But again, I've used this TV. I know this TV. This is a good deal right now. I mean, if you're looking just for a cheap TV, again, I'm not talking like OLEDs or expensive stuff here. I'm talking, this is kind of the budget areas. Right here, this is the Toshiba 65-inch. Now, we're getting 65 inches here. It's called the C350 series. $329 right now, usually $419 only, but 21% off, $329 for a 65-inch TV. Again, great for the basement, great for the kids if they're going to throw something at it and put a huge hole in it. You're not going to be spending $2,000, $3,000, even $1,000. You're spending $329, and it's 21% off right now. So I like this TV. Comes with Fire TV installed as well, so it's a smart TV. You get the idea. It's got obviously the remote with all the little buttons like Netflix and Prime Video and stuff like that. So, it's not the most attractive TV, but it's going to get the job done for sure, right? But if you're someone that wants the best but doesn't have the best budget, right? You want OLED, let's say. You want an OLED TV. This is one I recommend. This one's been around for a little while. I totally like this TV. This is right here. This is the LG B3 series. It's a 65-inch class OLED screen. You don't get OLED for this cheap, especially at 65 inches. It's not 19, it's $998, 33% off. So usually around $1,500. You're getting $500 off this TV. OLED, it's LG, it's a good name, 65-inch. What is it? It's got the Alexa TV built into it as well. So, I mean, again, you don't really even need to be in that environment. I mean, I have a lot of TVs like that. I'm not in that environment, but you can still use YouTube and all that stuff, so don't worry about it. But that's a good price for an OLED screen no matter what. Okay, it's a mouthful. We're going to keep moving here. I thought this next one was a good deal if you actually are, you don't even have to be, I guess you have to be in this one environment, but a lot of people want to buy this for their house. This is the Ring doorbell, but look what it says. It says like new Ring doorbell here. Newest generation. It's got the 1080p HD camera, $49, 44% off, usually $90. So it's around half off more. It's basically half off of it. I've seen them for $99 anywhere you go in the store. It's only $49. Now, the reason it says it's like new is because it comes directly from Ring, basically from the company, and they actually have refurbished it, and they say it performs new, and it'll look exactly like it's brand new. So it probably is brand new. They're probably just giving a sale on it right now. 44% off right now. So if you want to get a Ring doorbell, finally, here's your chance for less than $50. That's not a bad deal at all. Let's keep moving slowly here. So if you have an Xbox, now I don't personally have one anymore, but I know people love this thing because they need obviously more games on their system and they need more storage. Well, here's one that's made directly for it. This is the Western Digital Black. It's 2 terabytes. It's called the C50 expansion card. It's a smaller card that fits into the Xbox. It's $189 right now. So usually $259, 27% off. So you can put up to 2 more terabytes of games on your system. If I scroll down here, you can see what it looks like. But it's actually a lot smaller than it looks here. I can't really get a good picture. Let me see if I can get a good picture in here. There it is right there. So this basically slides into your slot on your Xbox right there. It gives you that expansion storage. Super fast. It's been totally tested. What does this have? 4.8 out of 5. One of the highest ratings I've seen with over 6,000 reviews. It's so hard to get those high numbers when you have 6,000 people using it. It's just crazy. So you know that it's going to work well. If you have an Xbox, you need space, that's the one you want to get. Okay, a couple little ones and we're going to wrap this up. Here's one, like if you're doing testing on any electronics or even like drafts in your house or something, you always see those little heat guns. A lot of people think they're expensive. Well, they're not. And there are ones on sale here. You got to pick one up because this is good for just about anything. Right here, $16. This is basically, I can't even say that, Electricity infrared thermometer laser temperature gun. And you've all seen these things. You basically point it at something, you hit the button, and it gives you a temperature reading back. Well, here it is, less than $16. It's 16% off right now. It's usually only $19. But I just figured people don't even know these are available for that cost, and that's actually on a little bit of a sale. So I recommend that as well. And then finally here, switching, your light switches in your house. Well, wouldn't it be cool to have a cool light switch, number one, that look cool, but you could also then go in and use your voice to turn on and off lights, or use your app on your phone, or set even a timer on it, and it's basically your light switch. Well, here it is right here, and I've used this brand a ton, and it works really well. This is the Casa Smart Light Switch. Again, the model numbers, I guess, doesn't really matter, but it's the HS200P3 here, single pole. needs neutral wires. So you got to basically look at this to make sure it works for your house. Always get an electrician too. But 33% off right now. So they're usually $44, $29. This is what is a pack of one. It looks, 3 count, I'm sorry. 3 count right there. 1 pack of 3. So you get 3 different light switches. And again, if you go in here, it says remote control, schedule timer, voice control, group control, always mode, smart actions. You get all that in a light switch that works as definitely a cool looking light switch. So I have something similar to this. I don't have these. I'm thinking about getting these because you can obviously use your phone. If you're traveling, you can have timers. Instead of actually setting up a timer, it's directly built into the switch, which is really cool. Okay, so we're going to wrap this up. That's enough for today. I just wanted to go through some of the sales I saw coming out after Christmas. It's fun to look at the sales for me. At least I love technology. I hope you guys do too. And it's just fun for me to list what I found, what I think is personally a good deal. If you guys know of good deals, definitely post them. I don't know if I can make a video on them, but it's going to help people that read the comments and stuff because everyone wants to see a good deal, right? Especially after Christmas when you think you lost all the deals. So at the end of the day, and there's my sad presents back there, which is already opened up because Christmas is now over. But we got next year, I guess, another 370 days or something from now. We'll have the next Christmas, or 360 something. We'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.